People used to say she's had so much lip fillers that she's speaking funny. I speak in this term because I have an accent. It's not my lip fillers. Ladies, get it right.
So today I have one of my favourite guests on the show, Matty.
Hello, darling. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Very well.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me. Very
Such
excited
short
to
notice.
be here.
I know. And you've just recently had your
BBL.
BBL.
Yes.
How was it?
I have to be very honest to you. The doctor actually warned me about it. He said, when we do this procedure, it's going to be extremely painful. Yeah. There's going to be a lot of leakage because what they do is actually they remove a lot of the fat, but they use water to remove it. And placing it back into the area of the butt that they do, you can't actually sit on it. So one of the main things that I'm finding is not sitting for the first 2 weeks was absolutely impossible. And I'm a back sleeper.
Yes.
Because I'm all about aging, as you all know. I've made an anti-aging pillow for my neck. So there will be no way I'll be sleeping on my stomach. So I was sleeping on my stomach and I'm thinking, ow, implants, ow, butt lift. So it was absolutely impossible for me. I'm about to make a right coffin for myself so I can go in and not age.
You need one of those, those pregnancy pillows?
Can I try one of them? You can't. Because I've also had, when they do the lipo, they take fat out so you can't really sleep. So sleeping is an issue for anyone want to do it out there, but it is pretty a full-on procedure. However, now today I'm happy because when everyone asks me to go, how do you feel? I got asked me in 2 weeks.
Wow.
So certainly, Cosmos Clinic.
And there's all different ones. Like you can get like the Kim Kardashian, the Beyonce.
Yeah,
Which
I
one
am
did you get?
I am too old to get those,
Yeah.
and I'm a mother of two girls,
course.
so that's something we don't really want to do. But one thing that for me was because I'm keeping my face young.
Yes.
So one day I was in a fitting room, I looked back and I thought, oh, not really. And the way this happened is I took one of my assistants who wanted to get this done to the doctor.
Yes.
And as we're consulting her, which is Crystal,
I love her.
he decided to advise me to do it. And me being me, I'm thinking, okay, I'm keeping the face young. Why not get the body young? So there you go.
I love it. Yes. Well, I'm doing it soon rather than later. I need to. I'm like a surfboard.
I don't think so, darling. You look beautiful.
Well, let's get into it anyway. So you've been...
Ask me.
You're a mum, you're a businesswoman, a boss woman. You've been on a TV show.
Yes.
How does it all happen? How do you make it all work?
Oh my God. To be honest with you, you have to be very organized.
Yes.
But at the same time, don't think that everything is as easy as it looks.
Sure.
It has got its difficult moments being all of this because I'm a single mom. So you do have to be organized and you try to really make time for your children. But one thing about me has been that I've always worked.
Sure.
So work is nothing new to me.
Yeah.
I worked before I got married. I worked during the time I got married. I've always, I started my own business. Just after I got married. So while I was pregnant, I worked. I even went back to work like 3 weeks after I had my kids.
I think you don't have any choice though when you have that.
You don't.
Yeah.
And not having that choice actually gives you pretty much the freedom and the strength to do it all.
And it makes you organized.
You have to be organized because you can't do anything else.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't sleep a lot, but you have to be organized. But as
You don't
time
look
goes,
like you
gets
haven't
easier.
slept. That's for sure.
But as time goes, things get easier.
Yeah.
And I think with your work, you have to make sure you've got the right staff.
Sure.
And you have to be quite organized in that area. I have been very lucky in that area that I have got very good people working for me.
Yeah. Can you talk
And
about
with
that?
me.
Talk about yourself because that's the most important part. Like we always get the Medispa, this, but they don't actually see what happens behind the scenes. And
one of my most important people at my work is Karen, our receptionist. Yeah. She's actually my work wife. Or you can call her my work husband. That lady does everything for me.
Sure.
And I am very grateful to have her. Yeah. Her and I work well together, however. So you got to understand every clinic functions differently. So for our clinic, she is amazing for me. Yeah. She helps me on every level. My nurse, Lana, has been with me for a very long time. So she practically works very similar ethic that I work. Yeah. And that is really important. And also we have recently got Crystal who's joined our team. She's amazing. She's very efficient. She knows all the systems. So one of the things in our industry is when we get new staff, it's about training them our way.
Yes.
And also they have to come into you. And we are a small group of women. So they all have to obviously fit in as well. Yeah, which can be so hard because not everyone can fit in, especially when in an environment of a lot of women. I mean, in the past, I used to have a beauty salon, Medispa, which I had 8 girls working for me, 14 at times. And sometimes I was like, oh my God, what have I done?
I'm running
Because it's just like,
Yeah.
But we have a good team at the moment. So it's very, very good.
It was actually really funny. I had a phone call from a friend the other day, and we're talking about staff. And the thing that came up to me is I said to him, well, the thing is, the staff are the most important part of your business, looking after your clients. Yep. So to me, my staff are the main priority before my clients, because if they're looking after my clients, if they're not happy in their environment, how are they going to be happy when they're going out to clients?
Very, very much so. Yeah. And that is very important. And I think what I always use the term is they don't really work for me, they actually work with me.
Yes.
We all really work for Medispa by Matty. That's what we all do. We all work together. Yep. We are a team. And it's very important that communication is very important, and everyone feeling respected. I think it's very important. Yeah. I mean, when I started my nursing and I went into a cosmetic industry, I was an employee. Sure. And I worked for a lot of nurses older than me. And it's starting with the first, syringe you pick up, and you got all these doctors telling you what to do. So, I have lived that journey. Sure. And I think understanding it and learning from what you didn't like people do, and just always remember that, also in our industry, we're not like a, say, Chemist Warehouse that, for example, you need 2 people on the floor. We're in a service industry. Exactly. So for every person walks through my door, I have to have a girl that is ready that actually treat them, a therapist.
100%.
So the therapist has to really follow Medispa Matty rules and actually treat the clients.
It's so true. It's so, so true. And I was a nurse as well myself, so we know what it's like.
Yes, exactly.
Did you ever work in a hospital?
I did do my training in there, but not for a very long time.
So you knew that you were going straight into cosmetics?
This is the reason I went into nursing. Yeah. So my sister's a doctor. Sure. And my dad and her, they had a medical center together. And at the time, my sister was keen to learn cosmetic. And cosmetic industry was very small. Yep. All we had was collagen. There was no word of Botox. No one knew what botulism toxin was at the time. And collagen was the thing to go. Yep. That was the only thing. We got in the lips. It was bovine collagen as well. So which would be really frowned upon today. They were going back this is 5 years ago. God, I better not give my age. Let me reduce
21.
21. It's around 26 years ago. So my sister got this lady come in, and she was a registered nurse, and she trained my sister in cosmetic. And I looked at her and I thought, I'd really like to do what you do. Yeah. And from there, when I was in year 12, I decided this is what I'm going to do. So that's hence where I went and did nursing. And cosmetic has always been my passion. Yep. And being born in Iran, cosmetics is part of our life.
It is.
For some people, for some cultures, they can be frowned upon, but for us, it's normally a very normal part of culture. I mean, most people at the age of 18 in Iran get a nose job.
Exactly right.
It does happen. So it's a culturally accepted.
Yes.
More than being frowned upon.
And then, so did you bring the business over here, or were you doing it overseas?
No. Well, I migrated to Australia when I was 12.
Okay, so you've been here forever.
No.
And then...
I'm a Persian Aussie.
Yeah. I honestly thought that you
were doing
business over there.
I'm a Wazzy. When you mix a Wag and a Aussie, you get a Wazzy.
Oh my God, I love you. Oh, that's great. And then when did you start the business?
I went to nursing. Then I worked obviously at a clinic called Hiba Davis Clinic, which was at a time one of the pioneers of cosmetic.
In Double Bay as well.
We started in Annandale, then they moved to Broadway. Nice. Both Dr. Jeffrey Hiba and Dr. Deborah David are very well known in the industry. So I learned with them, and I'm one of those creatures of habit. If I'm somewhere, I don't move. Yeah. I'm there.
You stay loyal.
So I work with them, but time came for me to go to the next level. And I'm one of those people that always look at, what am I going to do? Who do I want to be in my next 2 to 5 years? Yes. And as we were talking before, what can happen is life, a lot of changes happen. But you need to have some plan, and you need to have a vision, and you have to build up your own hero. Who do you want to be? Yeah. What do you want to be known for?
Oh, that's so true.
And that for me was very important. So at a time I thought, here I've grown as much as I could grow. So the next step was for me to go into more contracting, getting out there and working with other surgeons, still injecting, but learning different area and learning to work in different clinics. Every clinic is different. So I started contracting with a number of plastic surgeons. And then at that stage, I decided to set up a Medispa that was more beauty and a spa. So we set that up. And that was a business venture I did for a few years. Worked, but then I wanted to do it on my own. Sure. So that's where I actually went and set up Medispa by Matty, which started in 2011.
And the really interesting thing that came up in our conversation when I was whitening your teeth the other day was, we were talking about how both of our clients, they don't like, because we couldn't place our businesses on the main road.
Yes.
Because a lot of our clients, they're coming with no makeup on.
That's very true.
They don't want people to see them.
That's very true.
And that really resonated with me, because I'm very similar to that, because we do obviously a lot of mobile work, and obviously our business now, where we've put it in Double Bay, it's behind everything, because our clients want to run in and run out if they come through. It's so similar.
That is very true with us as well. So there are some businesses that people, they don't mind, or some ladies, they don't mind.
Yes.
But they all do. And especially if you've got a celebrity client, or if you've got known ladies, and especially a lot of the people in the area, like they don't want to be seen without makeup. Yeah. And we do fractional treatments. You don't want to run around with your face being red, lip being swollen, especially when you do lip enhancement. One of the things happens is one side can swell up more than the other. So the last thing you want to do is walk around, your area and all the mums or the friends. And what I always find is in this industry, sometimes the friends who haven't had the procedure are normally the one that freak out the people who've had it. Why is your lip lopsided? It's like they tend to point it out, and I'm like, relax. It is swelling. It will go down. It's very normal.
So another thing I really wanted to ask you was, a lot of our clients, they have injectables. Like we have a very similar clientele, and they always ask, can I have their lips injected before they have their teeth whitened? What will actually happen?
My advice would be, really, firstly, it's best for them to get their teeth whitened. Then within 24 hours, as you know, they can come out to get their lips done. One of the issues, because you guys place that mouth guard in, that stretch the lip, my advice would be they really need to wait 2, maximum really 4 weeks, depending on the type of filler as well. Because the last thing you want to do is, sometimes if they've had, and sometimes it may not be your mouth guard, but what happens is, if it's your first filler you have, a lot of the ladies get the swelling and they like the filler, the shape of it. Then they come and see you guys put that in, and what happens is, it doesn't move it, but it was only swelling they like, the swelling subsides, and you get blamed for the filler being break down. Right. So to just play it safe for you guys, my advice is give them 4 weeks from the date they've had the filler done, because it normally takes 2 weeks for the filler to adjust. That would be safe in your, the best thing is get your teeth done, then get the lip filler. But other than that, and sometimes it couldn't break the filler. It could be if it's very fresh, but sometimes it can be the swelling. So they like this lip, and it'd be like, oh, you did it. And, we never want to be blamed in it. That's why I always take photos, I always point at this side of the lip high, that side's not. Because we tend not to look at things till after we have a cosmetic surgery. Our procedure. Then we stare it and we love it. And then we start picking on the things that could be your natural.
Yeah, that's why we take photos of every single teeth before, because if they have a little chip, it was already there before. Yeah. Let's hold it here, because we have so much to talk about.
All right, let's do this, girls. And guys.
Are you wanting a dramatically whiter smile? If you're a coffee drinker or a lover of red wine, then Sparkling White Smile's Premium Ultra White treatment is for you. The Ultra White treatment consists of 2 sittings 1 week apart. This headlining treatment is tailored to leave your teeth up to 14 shades lighter post-treatment. For bookings and inquiries, send an email to info@sparklingwhitesmile.com.au. That's info@sparklingwhitesmile.com.au.
So let's talk about the Real Housewives. How did it all come about, and what happened with it all? It was so great to watch you on there.
Did you enjoy it?
Oh, you were my favourite.
Oh, was I? I love
Victoria
that.
will say different, but you were my favourite.
Oh, thank you. That's very nice when people say that. Well, it was quite interesting. I was at work, and one day Karen rang me. She goes, some lady came after you left, and she was wondering whether you're interested to audition for the Real Housewives of Sydney. I go, yeah, sure, I audition. Of course, I went and told my family. Everyone's like, absolutely not. Are you crazy? I'm like, yes. So I rang the lady. I'm like, okay, I auditioned. So I did the auditioning. It was like one to one. And then next thing you know, I got another phone call. They said, you can come in. And then it was another group of us did it together. Yeah. So we went through it, and the auditioning was done. They asked me, they said, do you want to do it? And I was like, do I? Especially when you read one of those contracts of a reality show. I mean, to be honest to you, I think anyone out there who's willing to go out into a reality show, because you're not acting as someone else. Yes. You're being yourself. You're putting your life online. And especially something like a Housewives, it's not one of those reality shows that you could be in one episode, one season. You're there as your own character, hopefully for season after season. And you have to stay there for the whole season.
Yeah.
Then after that, you obviously, the aim is to get you back in because people get to like you and follow you. And also one of the reasons that I always thought it's very brave, because when you go out there in public as who you are, we all got this perception of ourselves, of our looks, as the way we're parenting, as the way we're running our business. Normally in real life, no one comes to you and says, you're this, you're that, you're that.
Sure.
But when you put yourself online, you are going to not only hear it from those are the 6 ladies that you are in the show with, but also you're going to hear it from the public. Sure. I mean, one of the main things I had was people used to say, she's had so much lip fillers that she's speaking funny. I speak in this term because I have an accent. It's not my lip fillers. Ladies, get it right.
Just bring up
so it was funny because you could get criticized. But for all of those people that may bring you things that you don't like to hear about yourself, you're also going to get admired by the ones that they're going to inspire to you. I mean, I went on the show as Matty Samaei. Yes. I went on it because, I work, I build myself. I wasn't married to money. I wasn't given it. I didn't inherit it. So, I was lucky to be chosen, obviously for my personality and having an opinion. Yes. But also it was because of who I was. Exactly. And I think that inspired a lot of women and working single moms. That also inspired a lot of ethnic women. And I always thought about it. I thought, you know what? I migrated to this country, and for me to actually get such an opportunity shows what a great country we're in.
Yeah, but it's a lot of willpower in yourself.
It is. So it was a great journey for me. I met 6 amazing women. All of those ladies you saw on the show, they are absolutely incredible in their own way. Yes. I've learned a lot from them. I've actually learned to raise my voice a lot more, to be more opinionated, to not be scared, and it's life. And I think one of the things when we complete life is when you become fearless, because, you don't become my age, run a business, go through relationships and not have failures, not at times have diversity, bad things happen. You don't succeed. They always say, good decisions come out of experience, but experience comes out of the bad decisions you make.
Couldn't agree more. I could not agree more. So what are some of the experiences that you would have to give to the audience?
Oh my God, in what sense? You've got to be very...
as a mum.
This is going to be a whole few episodes. Let's book it weekly. Life by Matty. I think from a business perspective, what I believe, there was actually something that I spoke to someone. They asked me if I think anyone can start their own business. I believe everyone has an opportunity to start it. One thing from a business is you have to understand the nature of your business. Yes. And you have to always get your financials right. And you always have to and from financials, if sometimes you got to understand how much a business is going to earn. And for that, sometimes I see people starting a new business. They go under this massive mortgage for the business to look good. Yeah. It's all about the aesthetic image of it. But then at the same token, if you actually look at what they deliver, they can't deliver. So those are the businesses that they go down in a year, in 2, in 3, in 5. So you really got to understand the nature of your business. And also, as a small business owner, you have to understand how to work in your business if your staffs are not available. Exactly. So if you're running a coffee shop, you don't just get a coffee shop and put a manager in it and now I'm going to the beach because I have a coffee shop. Yeah. You can certainly take those times. But I think you need to learn that if your manager or your waiter decide not to come today, chuck in sick, you have to go there and you need to know how to run that coffee machine. Exactly. And also you need to understand how much each coffee costs you. Yeah. Because I had a girlfriend of mine, she doesn't drink coffee. Yeah. She wanted to open a coffee shop. I go to her, you don't drink coffee. What is the most popular coffee? Do you know this? And we were just sitting by the end of it. She goes, oh, you're making it so hard. I'm not doing the business. And everyone said to me, Matty, you know what you did? You talked her out of it. I didn't talk her out of it. It's funny because she's doing a different business. She's now setting up a florist.
She knows.
But she knows it. Yeah. She loves it. Yeah. In business, you success when it's your passion, you understand it. It's not a drag for you. I don't wake up a day, I'm going to work. My work is my passion.
I couldn't agree
I
more.
love it.
Same.
I wake up, I love it. It is my home. Every staff is my family. Yeah. Even if you enter Medispa by Matty, we have a fridge there. It's like a living room. Women call our waiting room a living room. It's just a way we do it. And sometimes people say you have to multiply it. Some businesses can be multiplied because they run very aesthetic and sterile. Some businesses are really hard because it's about your people.
Exactly right. And people pay to have you.
Yeah, but that's something that as difficult in the business, I have to always learn. How can I overtake this matter? Yes. Because that has been one of the greatest things in my business because it's all about this family, this, Matty. But then how do I get this Matty out of me and multiply it? So I can actually take a month, 3 months off.
Yes.
I don't have to have a baby run back to it. I don't have to be my own, my own slave for my own, I enjoy it. I love it. But at the same token, how do you multiply? And that has always been a question.
And how have you come up with the answer?
Well, I have thought about this remodeling, doing the Medispa by Matty elsewhere, and I have met up with doctors, especially this year. We were going to go to Melbourne, which COVID, it didn't happen.
Sure.
I went to Brisbane, I met up, but you got to really get the right team.
Yes.
And getting the right team is very time consuming, but it is doable.
Do you know who does it really well? Amy Jean.
She does.
She does it really well with all her salons. And
she does. But she travels a lot.
She does travel a lot. And you're going to not be able to travel.
So that's one thing. She does it very well, but also it's traveling. My concept about it is, how do you do it without you being present at all? And do 10 of these places. Like you do that. But I suppose yours is more of a teeth whitening. It's not about shaping.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It is the nature of it.
They may want the one technician back all the time, but at the end of the day, it's one product.
It's a product.
One procedure. So it is able to scale.
Which my job is about skill.
Yes, exactly.
So I've got 3 years of skill.
Exactly.
It's about the way I inject. It's about the way I aesthetically look at it. So you have to have an aesthetic eye. You have to have the you have to be able to perform it. It's about your technique. It's about your personality. So all of those come in it.
Exactly. For me, it's so funny. I only look for personality. I always say, I can teach you the skills, but if you don't have the right personality, I'm never going to be able to teach you the skills.
That's very, very true.
Yeah, so it's so funny how our businesses are so similar but so different.
It is.
But we were talking about it again at the training. Sorry, not at the training, at the teeth whitening.
Yes, and I just still white.
They're really nice. But how we could expand your business is obviously doing the training course.
Yes, so exactly. So what we've come up with at the moment, we're looking at doing Skin Academy by Matty because I've done 22 years in this industry. And obviously it's more or less the aesthetic side. I get, ever since, especially after I did the Housewife, which, was quite good for the profile and people became more aware because people in Sydney knew me, but people got to know me. Like you wake up one morning and your public profile and you're like going, how am I going to do this? But you get people coming to you from all over the world and ask you questions. And I get so many requests on this and that. And I thought it would be a great opportunity to actually help a lot of beauty therapists. 100%. There are a lot of women out there that, they're looking for new careers that they can probably join the team. So hopefully we're working on it at the moment. Yeah. And hopefully in 2021, it's a new adventure of mine and we're very much so looking forward to it. So let's look at it.
Did COVID affect the business at all?
Oh, of course COVID did. Yeah. I'm in a service industry. We were in lockdown for 9.5 weeks, nearly 10. And obviously for me, my staff are my family. So I was just thinking, God, how are we going to do this? Because obviously 9 weeks of working. Oh, it's massive on a business like ours.
Yes.
And especially there was talk about COVID hitting, but we didn't think about it. And we have to buy stock in our work. So everyone looks at cosmetic, they go, oh, lips are expensive, but we have to invest a lot of money to purchase this stuff. So obviously I bought all my like this and that, my Botox and putting it in the fridge and the COVID hits and I'm getting all these bills going, oh my God, we can't do this. So it was, but one of the decisions I made, I thought, this is a problem that not only my business is facing, every business in Australia faced.
Yeah.
So many people lost their job that my heart goes to them.
100%.
Australian government managed this so beautifully.
I say it
Gladys,
all the time.
we love you.
No,
you're our hero.
Yes.
As a woman, I just love that woman.
What she does for the community.
For all of us.
Yeah.
It was very nice. A lot of people had very friendly landlords that really helped them. Some were less fortunate, but overall, I think as a society, we came together.
I agree.
We helped it. It was tough times, really. I tried. One of the decisions I made, I thought it was great to have the JobKeeper because it helped me to keep up my staff, but I kept them on their main salaries because I thought, you know what, we all got bills. Some of the, landlords for some of my staff that they're renting, they were not reducing. Yeah. Everyone's got expenses. So I tried to do it as fair to me. And I did it. I thought, you know what, as a business, I need to always budget for 12 weeks of disaster. I come from this land of war. So we always got to be prepared for disaster.
You know what to look forward
That is one of the things I've learned in life. You got to always be prepared. And in every business, things happen. Business is about me. God forbid I can break my arm.
Sure.
So then that's going to impact me. One day, your equipment equipment can get on fire. So you got to always remember one person, things can go wrong. So for that, you always have to be in reserve and prepared in every business.
Yeah.
And obviously, the reason I've been around for as many years because we've been prepared for this, but it did hit us. So, there was a massive loss.
Yeah.
But however, hopefully in the new year, things going to turn around and it's going to be better for everyone. But, it's not only me, it's all of us.
Yeah.
You had the same problem.
Exactly the same problem, but we got through it. We got to the other side. And sometimes I look now and I'm thinking, I'm so happy that something happened, not necessarily the coronavirus, but something did happen to the world that everybody now has looked at it at a different way and looked at business in a different way and, restructured how they're doing things. And, we're doing training courses now. That probably wouldn't have come about if we were so hustle and bustle.
And can I tell you one other thing during Corona happened with my business? I sat around and I thought, what do I do?
Yeah.
Because if this continues, and one of the things I learned was I started thinking out of, this bubble that we're in. And I thought one of the things I'm going to do virtual consults. So it was quite funny. As soon as I promoted on my social media, that's how actually I decided to go to Melbourne later because I had so many people in Melbourne going
to do them,
ringing me. And I started being really busy. And I didn't charge for them. I did them complimentary, but it was more, I was free.
Yeah.
And it was more, reaching out, talking to people, utilizing. Yeah. But also it actually increased the skin care sales for my business, which was something I think, you go through business and you're focused on doing this and you kind of lose some other areas. And I think skincare was like that a little bit.
It was kind of left to the side.
It was on the side. Like our clients regularly got their skincare. Some now buy online. So we adopted to that. But I thought, no, actually, I got really good skincare. Let's do this. So then we have come up with a new program that will be again launched in 2021 where there will be a virtual consult and looking at new skincare routine that you can do.
That's amazing.
So you just have incredible. I think in bad situations, sometimes you got to look at it and think, what are we going to do?
Yeah.
That we're going to make this happen.
But that's what makes you successful because we sit there for 5 minutes like saying, but then we're like, what are we going to do?
But you don't have a choice.
Yeah.
I'm successful because I don't have a choice.
Exactly right.
I have to put food on my table at the end of the day. So when you have to provide that for that, the other day someone gave me an opinion. I go, you know what? When you stop paying my bills, give me your opinion then. I'll listen to you then. At the moment, please save it. But it is because, we're responsible.
Yeah,
I'm not only responsible for me, I'm responsible for my staff. I'm responsible for my 2 girls.
Exactly.
So it is hard. And, we all make bad choices in life and business. So you go, why did I do it? But you can't sit back, look at it and drool over it. You just have to get up and go, you know what? I'm putting this bodysuit on.
And off I go.
There you go.
It's so true. So what's some advice that you have for young entrepreneurs? I have a lot of entrepreneurs watching this show and I'm inspired by you. So I can
you are very sweet.
I always
Thank
say
you.
it to you.
As I said, with business, you always got to understand the nature of your business.
Yes.
That's the number one key.
Yep.
I believe there got to be a drive and a passion to it. You got to remember that you have to work.
Yep.
There is no such an easy way in life. You can't just go, I'm going to do 32 hours, do this, do that. One other thing is make sure you pay yourself.
Yes.
There's nothing worse than not collecting a salary. Okay, it doesn't have to be really hard, but you have to give yourself a salary. Because if you're not giving yourself a salary, you're working. If you have to run a business that you can't pay yourself and you can't, then don't do it. Go and work for someone else.
Exactly right.
That's the biggest advice I can give you because you have to work there. And if you're making coffee, then you got to get the same salary as your other staff. So that is really, really important. You have to budget for your business. You got to understand how much everything is costing you. You don't look at a total you made at the end of the day. You get the total you made subtracted from your cost and you go, and some days you just want to cry. You go, really? After everything? So now I've got a new computer system in that actually tells me. So by the end of the day, before I used to look at it, go, go and shop now. Just go, oh my God.
You're the same as me. I'm like, I better go to work tonight and tomorrow.
Oh yes, that's it. That's it.
Oh, thank you so much for coming on the show. It's been
Thank you so much for having me. Lots of fun.
So much fun.